Well, it's always something. This valve is in that old skid steer. It's my grandpa's old skid steer. Uh, this is the valve. This one runs like your auxiliary hydraulics. This one runs the boom up and down, or the arms, loader arms. And this one runs the bucket, tipping it forward and backwards or whatever when you hit them, and then it pushes these in and out. And my landlord was using it, and all of a sudden he couldn't get the loader to go up and down. It was just stuck. So this piece here goes on the back of this, the spring, and on each side here there are these little deals with these. There's a spring and then these little itty bitty balls that go in there, and I don't know exactly what it does, but nearest thing I can figure out, as soon as I pulled the one off of there, or pulled the one off of there and then monkeyed with it, then it popped out. But this one little spring is a little bit shorter, so obviously somehow that got passed in there and broke, whatever. So it's just amazing to me that that itty bitty spring can cause all these problems. I got the cab tipped up. Obviously I hit a main artery and she bled out, but you gotta tear all them freaking lines off there. It's just a kind of a nightmare, but whatever. It's just an itty bitty spring. I have no idea if I'll be able to get it or not, or how hard it's gonna be able to get this tiny spring, but yeah. Well, I robbed Peter to pay Paul on this deal. This bottom one here, it's got the same piece on there. That's the auxiliary hydraulic, and I never use it, so I robbed a good spring off there and put in there, and just so I can get it going, and yeah, it should be fine. But thought since I was on the memory path here, this old skid loader, this was my grandpa's, my mom's dad. And they farmed probably 25 miles south of here, something like that. It's not straight south, but whatever. But this was his main skid loader or whatever. He had farrow to finish, pigs. I mean, he grain farmed too, but my dad kind of worked for him for a few years, and they actually used some of my grandpa's equipment on this farm at one point in there. So there's been some red equipment and stuff used on this farm. But anyways, got quite a few childhood memories of running this machine on that farm, and I guess the biggest one that sticks out is I suppose I don't know how, I was probably 12, maybe something like that, and they were farrowing down there, and I do, being a 12-year-old boy, and I might have been younger than that even, I don't know. But I'd do about anything, no matter how dirty a job, I'd do it if I got to run this skid loader. So there was some afterbirth from a pig that farrowed, and she had a couple stillborns or something. So my job was, okay, well, load that stuff up, you can haul it out and dump it in the hole out back. Grandpa had a hole where he was burying stuff, but I think we had just had a bunch of rain, and the hole was pretty full of water, and it was full of maggot. I mean, it was just walking with maggots and just nasty, ewy, gooey stuff. But I loaded it up, and I was all puffed up, thinking I was really something. And I think that was probably the first time I ever used any sort of a loader, skid loader, or anything to dump. So being puffed up and, oh man, I'm really going to do something. I I raised her clear up. I thought that's how you had to dump stuff. You had to raise the loader clear up. And I dumped it, and you can about imagine. I had stuff flying everywhere. It was quite the learning experience, but I guess that's probably the biggest memory I got with this whole thing. So, but yeah, she's a little rough. It's seen better days, but happy to have it here. So, anyways, catch you later.